Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Tuesday, August 22nd.
Flagler County's unemployment rate increased to 3.7% in July.
Greg Blase, president of the Palm Coast Flagler Regional Chamber of Commerce, says that's 1% higher than the state's unemployment rate. But it's not as bad as it sounds. Blase puts the numbers in perspective for us.
It's high for us recently. You know, a 3.7% unemployment rate in the grand scheme of things is very, very good and very strong. But what we're seeing happen here in Flagler County is that in addition to the strong local hiring we have, we also see a huge amount of people moving into our workforce. So basically what's happening is as Flagler County grows, we see more and more people move here. Our labor force, our workforce continues to go up. And as a matter of fact, we just clipped a milestone of over 53,000 Flagler County residents in the workforce now. So this number continues to go up.
Blase says new jobs can still be added as the unemployment rate goes up. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you.
I think this problem is now morphed. It's not a local problem. It's not a state problem. It's now a national problem. There is a national housing crisis.
And that housing crisis comes in two forms. It's the cost of housing and the lack of housing, plain and simple. Jeff Douglas of Douglas Properties and Development explains some of the roadblocks developers face when it comes to creating affordable housing.
Here is the main component to what's driven up the cost of housing. It's called government. It's called bureaucracy.
Douglas says all that red tape gets in the way.
Say Horton or Summit Construction has built tens of thousands of the exact same unit. Tens of thousands. Not one's burned down. Not one's had a problem. They're perfect. But every time they have to go into a separate municipality, they have to go through months and years of reviews, fire review. The fire's perfect. Electrical review. The electrical's perfect, but we have to make 8 comments 8 times, 4 submittals, on and on and on. So there's a whole process. Then you throw impact fees on top of that. So a single family home in Palm Coast, before you ever get started, your direct government costs it's probably $25,000, including permitting fees. Not including development fees.
From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Amy Cherry.
It's time for the first summit to protect and serve seniors.
Noting that seniors are one of the most vulnerable populations in the community, the Flagler County Sheriff's Office is hosting its first annual summit to protect and serve seniors.
This expo is designed for our seniors in our community to learn how to protect themselves from frauds, scams. Flagler County Fire Rescue Paramedicine will be there. We even have free shredding. So bring all those documents that we don't want people to get in their hands and steal your identity and get it shredded.
Sheriff Rick Staley adds the goal of the summit is to provide important resources so seniors don't become victims. The event will be held today from 3 to 5 p.m. at the Flagler Sheriff's Operations Center in Bunnell.
Now everything you need to know about the property tax rate notice in Palm Coast is at your fingertips.
The Flagler County property appraiser began mailing out trim, truth, and millage notices recently. These notices provide essential information regarding property assessments, proposed property tax rates, and upcoming public hearings. Brittany Kershaw, Director of Communications and Marketing, has more details.
To help residents, the City of Palm Coast launched a brand new webpage this week dedicated to explaining property tax notices. This user-friendly platform breaks down complex information like millage rates, exemptions, and how taxes fuel public services and projects.
You're encouraged to visit the new webpage at palmcoast.gov/finance/property-tax. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
This is where we get down to the brass tacks about the bed tax.
If you think about it, Shelley Edmondson of the County Tax Collector's Office says it's simple.
If you own a home in Flagler Beach and you're renting and you're not in one of those jurisdictions, contact me. You have to still pay the tourist tax.
What Edmondson also said is that the renter is paying the tax to the property owner, and the property owner is paying the tax to the county. You can listen to Real Estate Matters with Toby Tobin here on WNZF Saturday mornings at 11 o'clock or on the Flagler radio app. Tomorrow, nothing is ever what it seems. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.